Hello guys and welcome to this tutorial of the UI designer. This tutorial I shall be making a shop UI system for GUI. So I will not be adding any manual code for in Jazz or Lua or anything. How it should look like and at the end like this in the Hall of Fame. This quest log made by Feels Goodman for his personal project Accurate of Life. It's a very interesting project. You should have a look at it. This should how it look like at the end. So let's get started. First, I will insert a backdrop and give it this image. This basically will be the background extended. So I have already drawn what the things in it. So I can easily add buttons and for location, positions, everything will be easier. Let's just get it a little better. Like I guess this is kind of fine. Okay, so let's add the buttons. Custom button. Each of those should be a button. So let's do this. Quest button. Oh, I forgot to add the texture path. So this was quest 2 log, then this will be, here it is. This was also, does it have a name? No, it is was quest button, then it will be quest button and DLB. Okay, it's everything is set. Now let's start. Basically, I will just put this element over the drone. Okay, yeah. Okay, looks good. Let's duplicate now. Why am I duplicating? Just to measure the distances, but I guess distance from this to this will be y gap is almost 0. So let's do the table array. How many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Only one column and 8 rows. Does it have array parent? No. Oh, before I do this, let me just rename this to this button. Rename this to list background. Okay, let's do this. Table array. 8 rows, 1 column. Y gap is 0. 0. Okay, 0.0001. It should work as 0. I guess I will make it to work with 0. But this is good enough. Okay, so everything is ready. They have the correct array names. So it will be easy. And okay, everything is good. Now let's add text. Okay, let's do this. For the ease of use, I will, never mind. Okay, let me make it like this. Okay, let's see. Title number 1. I need to extend it a bit. Now looks, let me just take this whole area. Okay, good enough. For this, the y gap is not equal to 0, so I will have to measure it. So I will simply duplicate like this, an example. And now all I need to do is calculate the distance between this and this. I'll open the calculator. Now I just, for example, I can take this y for the bottom. Bottom y is 0.44454 minus. Now to get the coordinate to the top, I will just put the mouse over it and read the game xy. So it's basically 0.434. 434. 4. Okay. 0.011. Fine. Delete this. Hold on. Yeah, delete this. Control Y. Do. Okay. So let's do this. Table array. How many columns? 8 columns. 8 rows. I mean 1 columns. Then this will be how much was it? 0.114. 114. I will press array parent because I want this to be the parent of this button, and every other created element will be the parent of the corresponding button. Submit. Yeah, looks almost good. I think it can be a little lower. Let's redo the array again, but with smaller number or a small 114. Let's try 1 1. Yeah, or actually it's 08. Oh, I forgot to set the rows. Sorry, 108. Okay, array parent. Let's go. Yeah, looks good. I can manually just adjust it now. Yeah, acceptable. So as you see, the array parent made it have the corresponding parent for the same index. Okay, nice. Titles are done. Now for this text here, select this so the text is a parent to the background. Okay, let's see. With title long text. Okay, fine. Here's the scale a bit. Okay, maybe it can. Just remember that changing the scale in game affects both the scale and the position. So in game, the position will not be very accurate if you change the scale, and as well as the scale itself will not be very accurate. It may be bigger or smaller. So you'll have to do some tests. Okay, I think this is good enough. I can just leave it, or no, or yes, in case there would be multi-line. And let's add a color, a nice color, orange. Not bad, I guess. Actually, it's very bad. I think red is good. I think white was very good. Yeah, white is very good. Now add another text. Here it is. Let me just rename this to quest title. Okay, just a very important note is that you cannot add a space in the name or any special characters except for arrays. Like I can do this, but I cannot do this, for example. Okay, so and I definitely cannot do this. This is wrong. Yeah, so just quiz title. Okay. Now I'll name this as quiz description. Quiz. Hold on. What? Quiz description. Okay. Okay. Now let's just delete this after the new. Yeah. Very good. Okay, so I guess this can be from here, can be overlapping, no problem. And then wait, the cursor, yes, here it is. Let's go. Increase the scale a bit. And now text frame, very big description, accepts multi-line. Of course, there is manual overflow in case the text does not fit the width. More multi-line. Very nice. Okay, everything is good. Now let's add a button here to close this. We'll add a custom button. I guess this will be a very close. I'll just do this 0.02, 0.02, and pull this. Okay, it's big. Let's drag it up. I think it needs to be dragged like this. Yeah, it's very good. Exit quest. I'll just copy this. Okay, exit quest direct button. Okay, and I will put in the structure. Perfect. So I guess it is done. Now I can add the buttons, the up and down buttons. Back, no, not backdrop, sorry. It is button. It is, I only have the quest up. Okay, it will be good. Let me just copy this quest up. No, no. Yeah, Control Alt C. Okay, yeah, open this and paste here. This, yep. And I guess this is okay. It's big, very big. And this thing on the mouse is really annoying. One. Okay, let's see. Okay, so just note is that very small buttons, only a problem with only buttons. Very small buttons will look weird, will look very weird. Like, because these buttons do not support such small. So I guess I will just delete this and ignore those two. Very small buttons just don't look good. As a problem in Warcraft 3, they will appear so ruined. A fix for these small buttons is using a backdrop and above it an invisible button like this. But the difference between having a backdrop and an invisible button than having just a button, a custom button, is that custom button does have highlight, but invisible button does not have highlight. For example, instead of making buttons over this drawn texture, I could have just made an invisible button like this. For example, let me make an example. Here is a backdrop. Give it quiz dialog button, extend it. I could have just saved time by doing this invisible button and then like where almost, yeah, there it is. Could have just saved a lot of time, or not a lot of time, but I can just put an invisible button here and then in game it will be clickable. The difference between this and this is that invisible button does not have a highlight, so it will not look like a button. If you click it, it will be clicked, but it will not give the highlight that indicates that it is a button. That is also the difference. Okay, let's continue what we were doing. Okay, so I guess this will be close button. By now, let's have a look at the hierarchy. Quest backdrop has quest button. Each one has frame. Oh, I forgot to change this. Okay, this is not good really. Um, okay, I guess I just manually delete everyone with the shortcut of delete, the delete button. Yep. And here, let me just rename. Why do I name it? So that the product array can have a good name. Frame 02 will be, hold on. Okay, don't delete it, just like this. And then quest dialog. No, quest. Okay, quest button title. Now let's just click enter. Yes, now I can delete this F. Okay, it's good enough. Tool to print, no, just this. Now let's do table array. Table array, right? Yeah. 8 rows, 1 column. It will be 1.08, no 1.06. Array parent. Then feeling lucky. Let's do this. Yep. Just fix this position. Okay, yeah, it's good enough. Okay, so if quest. It doesn't matter. Okay, okay. Okay, now everything is ready. Now for the functionality, this close button should close this, so I will add in a variable. Let's create it inside the word editor. Close. It must be a real. Yep, and it is done. Close. No, طبعا, of course, if I just write close, it will be wrong. I need to add the prefix odge. Odge close. Yep. Okay, what's next? Now this is set. these buttons. Each button will need to have a triggered variable, of course. For the ease of use, I will just add, mm, actually, I will just try a very nice idea. Or for just testing, first I will add in a normal variable here. Let's call it quest button one real. Let's go. Copy this name, wedge, and then paste. Perfect. So when this clicked, this variable will have its value changed, and then I can detect it. Okay, let's set up the close. Of course, I will delete this. Set up the close trigger. Game, where is it? Game value field variable. This variable is named close. Becomes not equal to 0, 0. So if player one presses it, the number will be 1. Now let's write custom script. Now I want that when this button is pressed, it will hide this. It will hide this background, and of course, hiding an element will hide all its children. So I'll basically hide, close the system, quest backdrop drop. I will copy this. Now I will add this custom script called please please hide frame, if I remember correctly. To be honest, I don't really remember. Let's open Warcraft 3, Jazzcraft. Here it is, just to remind me what it was actually. If this, yep, that was the point. What is please hide? I don't know. Please hide. Please frame hide. No. Please hide. mm, Frame set visible. Yeah, it was please frame set visible. This is, and it takes frame and a boolean. Yeah, this is perfect. Of course, I did not memorize the natives. Cool. It will be useful, and in the future I will put a list of these natives and how to use them. Then I will then put the name of the frame with background and false. False means it will be invisible. Is it visible? False. Okay. Now this button is set up. Oh, this is the wrong. Should be custom script. Okay, fine. Now the close button is ready. I want also to prepare this button. Button edge quest button. Let's go. Copy. Okay, this button will be quest button 1 equal to 0. Let's go. What now? When clicking this, what I want to do? Here, this I want this text, the text inside this to be changed. Okay, this is quest title. First, I will need the native that changes the text. I think it was please frame set text. Let me see, please frame set text. Yep, there it is. Please frame set text. So I will return here and call please frame set text. I need to put the name, the name of the frame. I get it from this project, quest title, and then the text that I want. It can be a variable, anything. I can just say this is a very nice title, or for better use for GUI users, it will be better to have a text, for example. This add string up, yeah, this thing, the close trigger. Then this should let me just make the set text. This is the first quest. And now instead of putting this, I will edit this out and put test. If I do this, it is wrong and it will give you a error. Why? Because you must add the prefix odge. That's why I add also the prefix. You have to add the prefix odge inside the editor. Okay, the editor because it does not accept just the variable name. It must have a prefix of odge. Okay, it's ready. And I also want to change the quest description. I will copy this frame, or let me just write it from call this frame set text. The name of the element is quest description, and I will also give it test Udge, of course, don't forget Udge test. And before it, I will change the text. So let's see, text frame or no description of the very quest. Let's add a multi-line. In this quest, you shall do quests. Another two more lines. Please do this quest. And then okay, press okay, press. So now when the user presses this button is the text above it. The text does not cancel the button. When the user presses here, this action will go. Oh, I forget a very, very important thing. After the usage, after any trigger, you must set the variable back to 0 so it can detect the next click. Else it will not detect the next click. For example, quest button will now be equal to 0. This is very, very important part. And here too, close button equal to 0. Now I will, after the end of the actions, I will set it close button equal to 0. Now I can click more than once. Okay, it's done. Now for these two buttons, I want to try a new feature for the more professional GUI users. I will have quest button. This is the real, but this is the real array. So basically, this button is going to call Hodge quest button 0, and the button is called Hodge quest button. Oh, and actually, no, sorry, that's wrong. That's very wrong. That cannot. Okay, never mind this idea because the only reason is that this variable, yeah, is that this event, the event of a value of real variable, does not accept arrays. So this idea is do not work. Never mind. Okay, so I guess I will delete this. I guess I will delete this too. Fine. Okay, so what else do I want? Yeah, I want to detect the clicking player. So back to this, I will make another copy. Let me make another variable, real variable, and have this edited. Yep. Okay, it's good. The first, this is the second. Oh, this is not the shop UI. What did I say? What? Okay, no description available. What else did I want to show? I don't really remember, to be honest, but there was something I wanted. Yeah, now if I want to detect the clicking layer, now I want to do some. Okay, let's see. To detect the clicking layer, DJ. Okay, game. I think it was game. Mm, okay, it's good enough. Now let's test. I have an important note is if you want to detect the player of the clicking player, basically quest button 2 takes the value of the number of the clicking player. So by making if, for example, if quest button equal to 1, then this is red player. If quest button equal to 2, then it is the blue player, like that. Okay, now let's just work. Let's make this jazz desktop, or no, go back. Let's look jazz. Okay, let's open the slug. Here it is. I'll just open this with Notebook, Visual Studio Code, Notepad, anything, any text editor. Mm, okay, faster. Okay, now I'll just select all with Control A and con Control A and Control C. Let's go back to this. Make a new custom script. This is custom script, and put this in. Validate. Okay, let's see. With title frame. Oh, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. It should be text. I wrote test. Yeah, this I wrote text. No. Okay, let's try again. Success. Let's go. This is working, right? It is visible. I can just alt enter. Where is this? Okay, so here is the frame. Okay, I may have forgot to put this texture, but if it closes, and I may need to restart actually. Okay, 28 minutes. Okay, fine. Now let's try the buttons. Number one, number two. Okay, there is an error, I guess. Let's see. First, let's check this to see if I put the correct. Okay, I forgot to put here. I forgot to put a trigger variable, else it would have worked as intended. As intended. So yeah, all these are buttons, and this is how you can make a quest log UI with the application with absolutely zero code. Okay, actually that's a lie. There are codes, but codes, your own codes for your own functionality. So yeah, my system is zero coding. So yeah, that was how you can do this. Now I'm looking forward into putting your projects in this Hall of Fame. So have fun.